Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is a very exciting day for me, I have to say. We've been working on developing this community for a while. Today, after 4.5 months of us doing these events, we passed 5,000 people who are following our LinkedIn page. That may not impress you all individually, but we worked really hard to get the number up to 5,000, and I couldn't be happier. I thank you all. You guys rock. You're all amazing. And the fact that you keep turning out for this event, I can see we're going to have over 200 people in the room today. And, to be able to bring 200 people together for a startup ecosystem networking event to me is just, amazing, which makes you guys all amazing. I have a few announcements, and I want to talk about how I'd like to proceed with the event tonight, and a few modest changes over what we've been doing the last couple of times as we learn. Venture starters, we are the people who start ventures. Thank you all for coming. That includes not just the founders, not just the investors, but I have invited a lot of people who are just smarter than smart, who have an interest in being part of startup companies. And I believe that part of the success for you founders isn't just finding money, it's finding the right team. The reason you're here is you don't have the right team. If you had the right team, you wouldn't be at a pitch event pitching total strangers. The right team usually involves having somebody on the team who has a family and friends network that they can have warm introductions when it comes to pitching total, when it comes to investors, when it comes to customers, when it comes to the knowledge and know-how that is needed. If you have a team that knows the right people, startups tend to not get stuck. They get stuck when they're missing somebody or a couple of people, and they end up at events like this. Don't get me wrong, I love that you're all here, but what I want to do is use this opportunity to help get a lot of you unstuck and flying and get these disruptive technologies out to the world where they're needed. And I believe that at our event, we have that opportunity to find for you all a role in a startup that makes sense, and essentially introduce not just investors to the founders, but other talented people who can fill in other gaps. There's a lot of missing pieces of the puzzle I see in so many of you founders. We've had over 500 founder pitches since we started. I'm not trying to pick on you founders, but I do personally believe that you need to not just be here for the investors, but also be open-minded to others who hear your pitch and say to you through the chat, I have something to offer, either knowledge or connections, and follow up and see if maybe you might be able to add some people to your team. The key is getting more family and friends networks to your team if you've already exhausted all of your family and friends networks. So this is just my opinion, and that's why I'm building this community to be a little bit broader and larger than just founders and investors only. Okay, enough of that. This is a networking event. Everybody who would like to pitch can. For those who are a founder, you can, and you're a startup or an early stage founder, you can take up to 2 minutes, just 2 minutes, to do essentially a commercial. I don't want you to go into the whole details of your business. It's a commercial, it's an elevator pitch. You're just trying to get us excited. For all of those here that would like to connect with startups and be able to reach out to them, open your chat. That's where all the networking happens. In the chat, you can either do you can make a comment that everybody sees, or you can send a direct message to the founders or the person that is pitching. For everybody else that is not a founder, if you would like to pitch, you have 1 minute. Just introduce yourself. Especially if you're a service provider, please don't go into a huge service provider pitch. Just introduce yourself. Like an example, hi, I'm Mark November. I'm an investor. I'm here to look and see if there's some startups that I can invest in. I'm looking forward to watching you all pitch. That's it. Took 15 seconds, maybe 10 seconds. Then we can move on to another person. We don't need to have long, lengthy information dumps just so that we can get you in front of everybody. I want as many people to pitch as possible so we can get to know who everybody is. So, use your time in the right ways. Don't overburden everybody who's watching with a long, lengthy dissertation on something. Okay, the rules are really simple. Those who have been to my events all know what the main rule is. Be nice. We're not looking to embarrass anybody. This is a community of nice people. And if you have something to say to a founder, especially if it's critical, that's okay. Just do it as a direct message. Everybody here wants to hear critical feedback too. Everybody's trying to learn, everybody's trying to improve, but just do everything in a nice way, not so public in front of the entire audience. We don't want to embarrass anybody. Let's see. For those of you who weren't here for the last couple of events I did, I want you to know I'm interested in starting a fund, a venture starters fund, to overlay on top of this amazing engine that has emerged all because of you guys showing up over and over again. Give you all the credit, but as a result of this amazingness that we have generated, this huge community that we've generated, it makes perfect sense in my mind to have a fund that's going to invest, cherry pick through our best founders and invest in them. So any of you who would like to be interviewed to help build this fund, I specifically need people who actually have experience running a fund, know investors, have licenses, can actually execute this whole thing without me having to be directly involved, other than managing this community and making available founders that we may be interested in investing in. So reach out to me. My email address will be in the chat. If you want to reach me through the chat, just know I'm not in the chat. I have assistants. If you see my face on a couple of boxes, it means that my assistants are working to help, and they are the ones you're talking to, not me directly. You can reach out to me directly through the email address that's attached to my name. For all of you that would like to pitch, you may want to add your email address after your name. The way you do that is there's 3 dots above your photo, and you can click on that, and at the bottom it says rename. Go to the rename function and just add after your name your email, and that way others that see what you're doing, especially with our Zoom, with our YouTube replays, they'll know how to reach out to you. We are getting a lot of replays on YouTube. We're over 80,000 replays, and now we have over 2,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So people all around the world are actually watching these. Put your email on your name if you want to. It's just a suggestion. Here's a message to everybody before we jump into all the pitches that I'm so looking forward to tonight. Please treat any introductions at this event as through this community with the same level of caution that you should exercise at any other networking event. In other words, I'm not responsible. I don't know everybody here. So please be careful. I assume there could be a bad apple in the crowd, but I assume 99% of us are amazing. The ones that I've met in our community are awesome. But I just want you to all be aware of that. With regard to how to get in the queue, I can see most of you already are in it so far. We have 44 in the queue. I don't know if we'll be able to get through all those people, but if you go to the reaction button, there is what's called raise hand, or maybe it's hand raise. I can't remember. Select that option, and that will get you into the queue. Zoom puts you into a queue. I don't choose, so I'm going to go in the order of the queue. Again, 2 minutes for founders, 1 minute if you just want to introduce yourself and get some face time. I'm happy to give everybody as much face time as possible. If you don't want to put your camera on, that's fine as well. The way that you reach out to people is all through the chat. You need to keep on mute the entire time, please, so that the audience can enjoy this. And oh my God, 263 people. We have never had 263 people in our room before. So, wow, you guys are just amazing. That's all I can say. So let's get started, because I'd rather listen to you than hear me talk. So up first is Igor, who is in the first position. There you go, Igor. Take it away.
Hi, thanks, Mark. Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's all good? Beautiful. So my name is Igor. I'm founder and CEO of Mont Metaverse. And basically, I worked in game industry already for more than 5 years as a producer and lead game designer mainly. So what is Mont Metaverse? Basically, it's a third-person open world RPG multiplayer NFT game with Web3 technology and crypto economy. So where every NFT basically it's an asset inside Metaverse. For example, if you have NFT car or NFT weapon or NFT real estate and on your crypto wallet by our company, then you can use it inside the game, inside the Metaverse, right? So how it works particularly, for example, if you have a car in your account, and that means that you can call a car inside the game and basically drive it on through open world or participate in races, in races and race competitions. So yeah, that's how it works. We currently on pre-seed MVP ready, and you can able to test. So that's idea. If you want to be part of the team who changed the game industry forever, just contact me on LinkedIn, I guess. And yeah, I'm gonna drop all information in chat, so
yes,
you can find me.
Right, meet Igor in the chat, everybody. That sounded exciting. Thank you for getting us started. Up next is David.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. I'm assuming it's David, me, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's so many Davids. We've had that problem before. Thanks for reminding me.
Right.
It is you. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm David. I'm CEO and founder of Techies Inc. We're a software development company. And I've worked with a lot of startups over the last 17 years since I started my company. And unfortunately, and you all know this, software startups fail in really large numbers. And they fail usually for the same reasons. They just don't have product market fit. They don't understand who they're selling to, or they're building a product that they am sure everybody's going to need, but it turns out that they've got it wrong. So I've developed a methodology called Launch First. Launch First is an approach to launching a software startup where we focus on nailing down the niche and building a marketing stack, and then we do pre-launch sales and generate revenue from customers before we start developing the product as a way of proving product market fit and to hopefully dramatically reduce the number of software companies that fail by giving them a really focused direction to become successful and also self-fund in many cases. Anyway, so I'm looking to partner with venture studios and accelerators and become a service provider to help them take concept level startups and get them to revenue in just a matter of months.
Thank you, David. I really like what you're doing. I've dived deep with David. It's worth a look, everybody. Up next is Dane.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for the opportunity to come and present with you. I'm Dane Rose. I'm the president here at Vision People Project. Vision People Project is an innovative education platform using a blockchain smart contract system known as a decentralized autonomous organization, or a DAO. Through this process, we have created a profit-sharing model that distributes 75% of our course sales back to users autonomously through software operations. This means that by owning more courses, you can earn more currency. You earn for learning, you earn for sharing, you earn for teaching. Users can get paid for new users purchasing courses regardless of who, when, or where they join from. Our Launchpad product EduTech Micro will teach you how to access, navigate, and protect your assets in the digital space. In our first year, we're projecting 21.5 million gross with an 8.6 million net, approximately 260,000 to 300,000 users. We are looking at a 207 million gross in the first 5 years with an 86 million net. If you'd like to know more information, you can join us at visionpeopleproject.com. My email is listed there, and we'll put it in the chat. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Dane. I gotta mute everybody. Something's happening, and it's just the nature of having so many people. First of all, Dane, what you did with the presentation was really awesome. Not sure how you did that. Could you teach others in our community how to do that? I do want this to be an elevator pitch program where we're not hiding behind slides, but to have some graphics on the side that isn't in front of your face would be very beneficial. And at that, you know, there were some really great things you did there, Dane. So if you can teach others, that would be awesome. We're going to move on. Up next is Greg.
Hi there, I'm Greg Hodgin, and I'm the CEO of ZC Institute. Just a couple of days ago, the United States announced that they've done tropical fusion for the first time. And that's great, but it's going to take a long time to actually commercialize that and produce something that's actually usable in the workplace and in the marketplace. We are using a quirk in physics to develop and create sustainable fusion within the next decade. We can create a microfusion reactor that is literally about the size of 2 fists put together that produces a terawatt of power. And we do not need deuterium, tritium, or any kind of weird, crazy fuels. We can just use water instead. Climate change, the water crisis, gone and gone. We can take care of that. If you'd like more information, PM me here or email me at ceo@zcinstitute.com.
That was the perfect pitch. Thank you so much, Greg, in terms of length. And also, I really like what you're doing as well. Let's move on. Next up is Marwan. I hope I got that right. Sorry.
Yeah. It's Arabic name, hard to pronounce. No worries. Hi, guys. I'm Marwan. I work as an investment strategist at Locomobi World. I'm sure we have all encountered situations where we get frustrated with parking, whether it's paying your ticket as you exit or having to pay before you park, losing your ticket, your card not working. Trust me, I know we've all been through it. The kiosk system has existed for hundreds of years and will soon become obsolete as we shift toward technologically advanced and cost-efficient mechanisms. These are the solutions Locomobi World offers. License plates haven't been really utilized for much other than car-related issues. But at Locomobi World, your license plate is much more than a number. It's a form of identification. Using license plate recognition cameras and AI software, we created our flagship product, WorldStream, which consists of many applications, and just one of the many we have makes the parking process fully frictionless. Simply just drive in and out of a parking lot and get directly billed on your phone. Same goes for a gas station. Just fill up on gas and drive off. Are you a business owner? Get notified as soon as a client drives on the premises for curbside pickup. The smart city industry is currently valued at 600 billion, and with a 25% compound annual growth rate is estimated to reach 6 trillion by 2030. It's been gaining traction by the minute, and our numbers speak for themselves. To date, we have signed 38 developers and have taken on and completed over 108 projects around the GTA. Our year-over-year growth rates are 1,058% in new bookings, 2,275% in new quotes, and 273% in new projects won, as well as a year-to-date revenue of 1.1 million in 2022, and are currently finalizing our first project to revamp one of Ontario's cities as a whole. What makes us unique is our ability to generate revenue from multiple streams, such as SaaS, transactional, and hardware, through our diverse range of products we offer. We're currently looking to expand our horizons to the US and are planning to raise 5 million in a Series A funding round. Our deck goes into much more detail than I can fit into 2 minutes. So please, if you're interested, shoot me a message and we can take it from there.
Great. Meet him in the chat. Up next is Dan. Dan Marsh.
Yes. Hi, everybody. I am Dan Marsh. I am the founder of Digital Magnetics, and we are creating new small wind turbine technology that no one in the world has ever seen before, because our turbines do what no one has ever been able to do before. We specialize in 500 watts to 10,000 watts, and I'm looking for people to follow me on Instagram and follow me on my website. I am going to call out a guy named, looks like Will Guinea here with arcticsolar.com. I saw his name on there. The reason I'm pointing him out is because I'd like to talk to him and let him know that our technology doesn't act like a normal wind turbine signal, a power stream, and it's easily plugged into existing solar controllers, which is unheard of these days. Midnight Solar does a good job at that, but other than that, most companies in the solar controller business don't like wind, and ours is going to revolutionize the world regarding small wind turbines. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan. Next up is Alan.
Thank you, Mark. Greatly appreciate what you have created here. Alan Brunton, CEO, founder of Cymatrax Incorporated. We have patented technology that will take any digital audio and make you smarter. How do you do that? Well, we've taken clinical trial data from Johns Hopkins, Mayo Clinic, Harvard, Oxford, and others. They have identified specific frequencies that when placed on the scalp raises your cognitive ability. And everybody knows that white noise does just the opposite and puts you to sleep. You know people that listen to white noise to go to sleep. All of those digital frequencies are in all digital audio. We have a SaaS product that will go in, analyze the digital code, locate where those good frequencies are, lock onto them, and then a reduction of the white noise amplitude will give each person greater cognitive function, greater energy, and better decision-making, also retention. We're looking to be able to connect with other founders, maybe partner, funding, come on board and get really ready to change the world with this technology. Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome. It's very exciting sounding. Thank you. And up next is another Alan, as it turns out.
Hi, guys. Which Alan is?
I'm sorry, we have too many Allens in the room, apparently. This Alan is Alan Ikoe of, not sure I have that pronounced correctly.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me. I'm Alan from Stargen.io. We are a celebrity likeness licensing platform. We provide instant access to celebrity likeness rights. So on Stargen, you can get instant permission to use celebrities on your ads, and today 14 years old can actually generate content using AI. It's not a complicated task even for a kid, but getting the permission to use this content legally in your ads, it's a hard task. It's almost impossible. It's harder than closing a Series A in funding if you are nobody in Hollywood or just in a celebrity space. So we've created a platform when you can instantly get permission to use celebrities in your ads and use them on a CPM model. So use them per 1,000 views per impression. So you can pay them $10 per 1,000 ads deployed with them in ad. So yeah, we will start our fundraising in January next year. So happy to meet everyone in chat and see who's interested.
Great, thanks. Up next is Blake. Hello, Blake. Blake's been in our community from the very beginning, and I give Blake a lot of credit. He's helped many of the founders in this room over the few months that we've been operating. Anyways, go ahead, Blake.
It's great to be here again. I'm doing something a little different today because I actually have a chance to pitch. I'm pitching on behalf of the founders in my team that are currently sleeping now in Sofia, Bulgaria, representing Quark XR, which basically turns any XR headset into a supercomputer using the power of the cloud. We're cloud streaming, and essentially we can take really, really dense tons of data and stream it to mobile XR devices, whether AR glasses or something like a Quest or a Pico. We have some really cool applications and over 30 partners already. We're currently raising a round of 1.5 million with 750K already committed. And the reason I'm pitching here is we've just opened up equity crowdfunding. So we're looking for angel investors and smaller checks as well. I'm currently looking for around 75K if anybody wants to join in, and I can talk about XR all day. So please feel free to meet me in the chat and I'll go over what we built because we have some really exciting stuff.
Awesome. Thanks, Blake. Please reach out to Blake. You all need to get to know him. Up next is Wendy.
All right, hi everybody. I thought I could share screen, but I guess not. And
Sorry.
this is very awkward to say. No, this is very awkward to see the background. But anyways, I'll just give you a simple idea. My company does indoor vertical farming, and what we're trying to do is we actually already operate an urban farm in Philadelphia, and I'm here today because we want to open another urban farm in Seattle area. And the way we want to do it is to build indoor vertical farms in public housing areas, where there people are low income and they have very limited access to food, fresh food. So if we do that, we can first of all create jobs in low income areas. Second of all, expand healthy food access in low income areas. And third of all, Seattle is a great market. We have tens of thousands Amazon employees, Microsoft employees, families, individuals that want fresh local food but don't have access themselves. Like great consumers. And first of all, we can educate the city residents on our food system. We can also train leaders who want to grow and serve their communities. So basically, we would benefit the community, first of all, profit for ourselves and our investors. And then third one is to scale. So we're just, looking for people who might be interested in investing in urban farming in either Seattle or their own local area. Open to all the ideas. And, just if you want to know more, I'm open to chat more as well. Thank you.
Wendy, that sounds really great. I don't think we've heard you pitch before. If you have a deck.
No, I'm very new.
Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing whatever you have written up. If you can email it to me, someone on my team can reach out to you, or you can look at my email address below my picture here somewhere. All right, up next is Jean-Claude.
Okay, so thanks, Mark. Yeah, you are doing really a great job with this event, and hello, everyone. So I'm JC, serial techpreneur and CEO of Fortwits, a Delaware C Corp. Fortwits' social purpose is to battle loneliness, an untapped $1 trillion wellness and health market, by helping each one to create a sense of belonging by increasing the probability of meeting people sharing same values or interests. It is responding to a fundamental human need that is definitely not being served at the moment. Our value proposition is based on reinventing and popularizing the social club experience. Imagine a safe and affordable daily opportunity to spend quality time in a welcoming atmosphere with new people, wherever you live or travel. Our app will take people from virtual to real, like an Uber for socializing, that only takes seconds to book at one of our private lounges. Like McDonald's, Fortwits will develop significant real estate assets, yet we are a high-tech driven company with patent-pending cutting-edge emotional AI that will propel social matchmaking on the one hand, and on the other, a unique on-demand activation and logistical platform allowing profitability on each event. Our promise to, promise, I'm French, I speak, sorry for the word. So our promise to all generation is simple. Fortwitting will always be the best plan when you don't have a plan and you wondering, like hundreds of millions of people, what am I gonna do tonight? Our ask, after testing the traction with successful influencer gatherings in Europe last summer, we ramp up and offer a $10 million Series A. What can I add? Since last time, moving fast, we just have closed the terms of purchase of SAS startup that has powerful emotional analysis algorithm, already serving some Fortune 500. Also, we got some new talented executive joining, some from this event, by the way. And trust me, in 10 years, no one living in a big city will be able to say they have no way to make friends. If you feel a mover and shaker, please contact us. My details in the chat. Good success to the following presenters. And again, thank you, Mark.
My pleasure. And that is exactly what I like hearing. I hope that we become an accelerator, not just a pitch event. And by adding people to your team, that's how this becomes an acceleration exercise instead of just coming and pitching only. Anyway, thank you for letting us know that there was some updates for that we could all celebrate with you. Up next is Greg. And for some reason, Greg, we're not hearing you, and I don't know why. It's as if there's no microphone plugged in, but you're not on mute. We're still not hearing you, and I sincerely apologize. What I can do is keep you in the queue, and maybe if we can get the connection going, I can, put you back in. It's not for lack of wanting to hear you. But I'm going to move on just because we can't sit and wait. If you understand, thank you so much for your understanding. Bindu, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing correctly your name. You're up next.
You got my name right. So hi, I'm Bindu Kalesan. I'm the founder of Turi Health. Our mission is to reduce the pervasive inequities in our healthcare system using blockchain. So we have the first of its kind democratized health data market where people can monetize their own health data for up to and get paid up to around $200 per year. And our product will be the patient-generated health data, genetics, genomics, epigenomics, and wearables data we collect. And then our customers are pharma and life science companies who will use those data and do drug discovery and clinical trials with the participants that we have. So our MVP is now being validated and we will be deployed January 1st, 2023. I hope to talk to at least some of you, and you can reach me at abkalesan@turihealth.com. Thank you.
Sounds great. Thank you. Up next is Larry. Larry.
Good evening, good afternoon. So how many times have you run across a problem like this where your car is making noise and you want to jump on the internet and find out what's the problem? How much will it cost to fix? Should I fix it or replace it? Each of those are a different type of search. So there's searching and then there's researching. Google, Yahoo, and Bing do search fine, but research with them is tedious. You have to keep lots of tab open. You have to keep results, copy and paste a URL or something, and bookmarking interrupts your search cognitive flow. What you need is iterative search. It's designed for the things you do when you research, not your typical searches. So for instance, instead of bookmarking, you just flag a page that you found. There's a little flag button and it puts a flag up there. Or you can highlight something and annotate, add a note about something interesting on that page. These are things that you can't do with typical search engines. Now, these flags and these notes and icons, they show up on the map, like you see behind me, of your search path. So the system is keeping track of what you're doing and what you're finding, so that if you come back to it, say 10 minutes or even yesterday or a month ago, you can pick up where you left off, and you can share this research because it's a research project. You can share that with others. So this is not a search engine, but a research tool that works with search engines, and it's patented. So if you're interested, I'll put the contact information in chat and we can talk about it. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Larry. Up next is Joe. Joe Argino. I'm sure I butchered your last name. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I'm off camera because I'm on my cell phone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but I'm not sure what happened here. I don't want to have share screen. Something happened. It's not.
Should I go ahead, Mark? Keep going?
No, actually, I would prefer not.
Okay.
I apologize.
Mark,
everybody has to be on. We have to have everybody, we need to see you. Otherwise, it's not a real elevator pitch and it doesn't make sense for us to be looking for 2 minutes onto a black screen. I apologize. But next time, please make yourself available so we can hear from you. We would like to learn more. Up next is, there you go. You're back.
Yeah, I'm here.
Joe. Now
I can go.
There you go.
I'll do it in a minute. I'll do it in a minute, Mark. How about that?
Go ahead.
Hi everyone. My name's Joe. I run a liquid crypto hedge fund. Was able to survive the landmines of FTX, and we're actually growing. We're in a better position than most. I'm actually, the reason why I'm on today is I'm launching a venture DAO. So if anyone is interested in crypto investing, specifically angel investing in the seed stage in AI and blockchain startups, or if you want to be part of a venture DAO, people build track record of venture capital, can earn carried interest, and we tokenize each SPV as an NFT. So we're essentially a software hybrid investment fund. So if that's interesting, just feel free to reach out. It's at ironkeycapital.com. And you can reach me at jargiro, ironkeycapital.com, and I'll put my info in the chat. Thanks.
In the chat would be great. Up next is Javier.
Hey there, Mark. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. So I'm an advisor representing a unique product. It's an 8% spiked root beer, 8% alcohol by volume, wine-based root beer. It's a very unique product in the market. There's only one other competitor.
Focal plane, Javier. Put it next to your head.
Let me see. Can you see that?
Oh, that was a good idea. At least we can kind of see it. But
Yeah, the blurring is
in
kind of
and out.
getting in the way. But this is a very unique product that's was launched in Texas. It's currently in Total Wine in the Texas area. We're looking for board advisors as well as investors, preferably board advisors with beverage experience to grow this thing. We're excited about it because we have a first mover advantage in this product. The market's received this very, very well. And again, if someone's interested in a physical product, I'd love to chat with you. I'll post my information in the chat. Thanks for your time, Mark.
Perfect. I actually invited at least 100 people who responded to a board of director ad to join startup. So hopefully in the room will be a few people that will be good matches for you. I appreciate that pitch. Up next is Christy.
Hello all, I am Christy Rohrig. I'm one of the founders of Wet Dog Weather, and we specialize in visualization of weather and sensor data. We've delivered our first product. It is to our customer Carrot Weather. So if you have an iOS phone and you use Carrot Weather, we are the data behind their maps. We're working on additional customers and broadening our offering. Right now, we aren't actively raising, but if we do have people that are interested, we can accept up to another 550,000 in investment at a 10 million valuation. We're really targeting connections to VCs before a seed round in late 2023 or early 2024. So we're right now staffed at 4. We have a prospective person that we'd like to hire if some other work comes through, but we're generally in a good place. I've put my LinkedIn information earlier. I'm putting in our Twitter, Facebook, and blog links in the chat as well. And this is my first time here. I've listened in a few other times, but nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you. Please come back and stay active. Up next is William.
Hello, thank you. My name is Bill Guiney. I'm a co-founder of Arctic Solar in Jacksonville, Florida. Climate change and global energy market disruptions because of the issue of the Russian gas in Europe is causing a major shift in the focus on the energy crisis of today. Many companies are looking for renewable energy solutions to displace fossil fuels. We manufacture a solar thermal technology in Jacksonville, Florida, that can generate temperatures of 200 centigrade or 400 degrees Fahrenheit for industrial process heat. We're preheating boilers. We're providing evaporation of brine in the Texas oil fields. We've exported to about 5 countries already. We're working on heating oil terminal storage in the Netherlands harbor. We've done a bituminous heating tank in Morocco. We've provided steam for a distillery in Jacksonville, process heating. So our technology has many applications to provide a lot of solutions for natural gas consumption and fossil fuel use. So our technology is very unique. It's non-tracking, so there's virtually no O&M. And we are looking for investors and advisors to help us grow the company because of the global potential for our technology. We're just getting ready to ship a new collector to the test lab in Spain that is capable of temperatures of 200 centigrade for testing. So we're looking forward to talking to any investors that may be interested in the renewable energy solutions because I've just been overwhelmed with inquiries in these last few months. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill. Please send a deck to me. I have a possible investor to share that with. Up next is Eli. Did I get that right?
You did. Hi, Mark. I
Hello.
presented here in the past, and so I just want to give a quick update again for everyone. We are building a recruiting and collaboration platform, and we're dedicating it to the, for two verticals. You can think of it as a LinkedIn, but very focused with lots of value added capabilities. And this is to address the $10 billion that are being spent on job boards and providing a suboptimal result today. So we're transforming the way this is done. And the platform we've done, we just recently, a couple of weeks ago, actually this week, we just released a technical forum, which is in the form of a fun game with points and ranks and prizes. And I tell you, it just, this is kind of the way we're trying to get everyone into the platform. And I tell you, in a few days, we got more people download our app than we did all of last month. So it's getting a lot of hype right now, a lot of noise on social media. People love it. It's on Instagram and Facebook. People talking about it on Facebook groups. And the idea, again, we want to bring everyone from the automotive industry to one place. And of course, it becomes a good platform for recruiting. And that's really the end goal. So we have some big companies. We're already generating revenue. We're north of $70,000 per month in revenue. We have big names, including big dealerships. We have car rental companies like Avis, Budget. We have the big corporation just signed up with us, which is Blaine Supply. They have 40 retail locations in the Midwest. So a lot of exciting things happening. Looking to raise money, open to angels, open to VCs. And also, if anyone here has some kind of experience with job boards or social media or forums, love to talk to you, see if we can maybe partner up and work together. So I'm looking to augment the team as we grow as a company.
Thank you. All right. Thanks for coming back. Up next is Alex.
Hey, everyone. Great to be here again. My name is Alex Schaffhausen, and I'm the founder and CEO of Gravy. So the problem we're solving is that there's no such thing as a music social network, right? If I want to send you my favorite song, I have to leave a social media music platform, go to my iMessage, WhatsApp, or Twitter, and then post a song, and then my fans or followers had to click the link, go back from the social media platform, and go to the music service, right? Me explain that to you was pretty confusing and took about 5 to 10 seconds, which means there's a lot of friction. And anytime there's a lot of friction in the tech world, things simply just don't happen. So we built our own music-based social network from the ground up. We have our own record label library where you can share and consume and post about music and build up a following through sharing the songs you love with your fans. So we are raising a $3 million seed round. We're about halfway committed. We have both investors that are angel investors and institutions, and we're interested in more angels and institutional investors as well. So if you're interested, please reach out in the chat, and thank you all for the time.
Okay, thank you, Alex. Up next is Bill.
Hey, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm on my 4th launch, and my company is CarePoint Solutions. And we are pretty excited about a new SaaS product that we're getting off the ground. This is going into the clinical diagnostic market, something I've been involved in for close to 40 years of my career. This will be the first quality management system for point of care testing. It has a huge value proposition to labs, healthcare systems, and even to society. We have pretty excited about, we have every attribute you'd possibly want to have in a SaaS product. So we have great expectations for where it could go. We have already pretty late stage here. We have our content marketing campaign has already generated about 10,000 leads. We have a product-led growth marketing plan that looks like it should be a world beater. And we're looking for the last little bit of equity as we top off the fuel tanks before we go to our full commercial launch. We already had a soft launch We were getting no touch sales right off the website, so we're pretty confident that we'll have a low CAC, cost of customer acquisition. And we're first movers in a $1 billion newly emerging market in healthcare. So the world is our oyster. So if that's of interest at all to you, we're now looking for about 250,000 in the way of angel money. We're looking for either one check or maybe 4 or 5 angel investors to come in. If that's of interest, we'd love to talk. Feel free to reach out to me on the chat, or again, the company's CarePoint Solutions, and my email is on my image there. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Bill. Before Rajiv, you take over, there was a gentleman named Greg who apparently is now got the connection and able to pitch. Are you hearing this, Greg?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. Thank you, Mark. I really appreciate it. So I'm Greg Neimer, CEO and co-founder of Sparks. We've all seen talent shows, game shows, The Voice, X Factor, Jeopardy. Have you ever thought it might be fun to actually participate in one of those? Well, Sparks is like YouTube, but live. And the shows are game shows, talent shows, and talk shows that you can watch or become a contestant. Our hosts are your favorite celebrities, influencers, your neighbor, or hey, maybe even you. The app features its own built-in production studio that offers you everything you need to host a talk show or a talent show or a game show. We're partnering with influencers and celebrities who will use the app to engage, grow, and monetize their followers, which keeps our CAC at pretty close to zero. The reason we're launching this is because 86% of young Americans would like to earn their living being an influencer, but existing influencers are facing influencer fatigue. People are tired of the content they have. What's needed is new and exciting content, and that's what we're providing. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Okay, we're going to go back to the regular queue. Up next is Rajiv.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you for this amazing community, and small shout out to Mark. Mark has often advertised his availability, and I highly recommend everyone to jump on his calendar. It is almost like an MBA rolled up into a 30-minute conversation, completely sped up without any learning curves. So I highly recommend you jump on Mark's calendar. Now, as far as why I'm speaking, founders and CEOs reach out to me after character assassination on Reddit, Eyewitness News, and Google, because the bad press is killing their brand and killing their deals, and it's absolutely putting a standstill to their operation and their dreams. Hi, my name is Rajiv Jadhav. I'm the CEO of R Square Media, an award-winning reputation management company based here in New York City. My superpower is knowing how to deal with these crazy, sensitive situations and being able to get rid of the bad press extremely fast by erasing it from Google, social, and the internet. There are basically 2 solutions that exist. One is fighting fire with fire by erasing the bad, as I've just explained. The second is by elevating the client's profile by leveraging thought leadership best practices. Case in point, one way to do that is to speak at the United Nations, because that globalizes your brand and puts you on a pedestal far higher than anyone else. This is something that I have done myself and benefited from it directly. I spoke at the United Nations at the World Homelessness Summit just before the pandemic. And as a direct consequence of that, the country of Malawi in Africa reached out to me to ask my help in solving child homelessness in Malawi. So it just goes to show that when you talk at world stages, you start problem solving at a slightly different level. My ask from this group is to meet with marketing professionals as well as trusted advisors. My information is in the chat, and I look forward to getting to know all of you on LinkedIn and other places. Thank you so much for your attention.
And thank you for that compliment. And up next is Ryan.
Awesome. Thanks, Mark. I'm a first-time visitor and first-time listener, and now first-time presenter. So
Great event. Thanks for letting me have 120 seconds. So what I have is I have a platform called Carrier. It's a healthcare tech SaaS solution. It's addressing the problem with medical device communication from manufacturers down to patients. Today, over 32 million US citizens have implanted medical devices, and 100% of patients come into contact with those medical devices in the points of care. With that, we have examples of like Medtronic doing recalls on IPGs or implantable pulse generators, where 156,957 devices were recalled 4 years ago. Their latest estimate from last month is 81,000 are still out there, and they have no idea where those patients are, which lead to death. Before 2019, we actually couldn't do what we were doing at Carrier. My background is in healthcare regulatory compliance on the CMS side, or Center of Medicare and Medicaid Services, and linking that with FDA requirements and the ONC, which is the Office of the National Coordinator. Currently today, I'm here just looking for potential lead investors. We are closing out a seed round with Ballad Health Ventures, University Hospitals Ventures, Cone Health Ventures, Cook Medical, which is a medical device manufacturer, and then potentially bringing in Dreamit Ventures, but none of them really want to lead. So we originally set out to raise 1.5. We've currently raised 958,000. We're going to be oversubscribed in this seed round from those individuals I just named. And so really just casting a wide net, looking for anyone who potentially could lead around. So I'll drop my contact information in the chat. Feel free to reach out, and I can give you more information at that point.
Thank you, Ryan. Up next is Michael.
Hello, just making sure I can be heard.
You can be heard.
Okay, cool. Hi. Give me one moment. All right. I'm Michael. I am currently working on a project called Voxelkin. It is a accelerator for people who are creative versus what most accelerators are doing seems to be helping a business person find technical talent. We're kind of looking at doing the opposite, focusing on entertainment products that are already in the market and helping them ensure product market fit and helping them scale their businesses. We're early stage doing a cohort 0 that are handpicked, but we will be onboarding people to help with investment, staffing, service providers, etc. So definitely looking, and I will be putting together a wait list. I have a link I'll drop in the chat. So we're again Voxelkin and developing an accelerator, and I'll see you in the chat.
Thank you, Michael. Meet in the chat. Up next is one of my favorite startups, James.
Thank you, Mark. Glad to be back. I'm James Lupino. I'm a director and co-founder of Risk AI. We are addressing the unsustainable path that AI is on right now. The models are getting huge. The amount of data required to train is humongous. Folks are worried about the carbon footprint. And as the godfather of AI, Geoffrey Hinton says, we should just throw everything away and start over. So we are basically employing, we're developing a chip to commercialize a proven technology that uses a different math for training AI. Today, all AI is using an algorithm. The method is called gradient descent, and a statistical method where you try one set of weights, you go and change them a little bit. You're trying to find the global minimum, but you never get there. And for those of you that are in the AI area, you understand what that means. So what my ask from this group is, a lot of folks are working in AI. If you have a training set that's small, relatively speaking, can fit in a spreadsheet, 1,000 rows, 1,000 columns, what have you, we love to talk to you. We can guarantee to find the global minimum in a single run. There's no iterations. And also there's explainability in the results. You can see the relevant features of the model. It's a very disruptive technology. We do need to develop an ASIC to bring it to scale. That's going to cost up to 30 million eventually. We're raising 5 to 7 right now to get started. And so if you do know investors in that area, please let me know. But if you as a company have a training issue and the data set is relatively small, we'd love to talk to you and improve our value proposition.
Thanks, James.
Thank you.
All right, up next is Joe Nicholson.
Hi, Mark.
Hello.
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Our climate crisis demands we address the appalling impact caused by many of today's construction materials and methods. Building and construction causes 39% of the world's climate pollution, creates over 2 billion tons of waste annually, and consumers want better options that eliminate repair and costly replacement. And to meet our climate goals, this $1 trillion a year market is in urgent need of disruptive innovation. I'm Joe Nicholson, CEO at NXCast. Using a combined 60+ years experience in product and material development for the construction market, our problem-solving skills give NXCast a much-needed material invention and special expertise that can help businesses meet the world's growing need for eco-friendly and sustainable construction options. Trade named Elsamite, our solution is a unique, lightweight composite that can reduce emissions, waste, and water usage. Made with over 60% post-consumer waste and industry byproducts, compared to conventional concrete on an equal volume basis, Elsamite is 55% lighter, cuts emissions by over 60%, and uses 50% less water. Developed as a better roof solution, Elsamite goes beyond roofing to deliver robust, clean building options that are cost-effective and provide enhanced performance for the markets of prefab structures, deck, siding, fence, landscape, and even vertical planters, where resistance to temperature, fire, UV, wind, impact, and decay are all desired. Timing is right for construction solutions that reduce emissions, energy needs, costs, and water usage. Climate goals, specifiers, code bodies, and insurance providers and property owners are all seeking real alternatives. We're seeking $5 million to pilot a new dwelling model using Elsamite that addresses two of the greatest challenges of our time, climate change and affordable housing. You can learn more at our website at www.nxcast.ca. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. All right, up next is Brianna.
Hello.
That's you. Hello.
Okay. So sorry. Wait. I'm trying to get this tech thing together. All right. Sorry. Hi, everybody. Thank you. My name is Brianna. I am the CEO and founder, oh my goodness, of CoTralancer. And I bet if I surveyed the entire cohort here tonight, about 60% of you probably would resonate with the idea of struggling to enter into your industry of choice following college. Meanwhile, in the midst of this economic crisis that we're in, and we're seeing significant changes in workforce shortages across the landscape, companies still require talent to meet business growth needs. And I'm sure we've all been there searching for a job only to read the line, 2 or 3 years of experience required. But how can we get experience if we're not getting hired, right? CoTralancer provides solutions for high growth companies to build diverse teams by offloading work to students from historically Black colleges and universities. We recruit and train those students to meet needs in business development, data analysis, marketing, and operations. Whew. So that when they graduate, they have that experience when they're applying for those jobs. We are entering a $24 billion market, which is staffing and recruiting industry. And I'm excited to say that we launched our MVP this year, have started generating some user traction and closed on 2 contracts. We are looking for support in the form of advisory boards, as well as continuing to build our team. If you are looking for support in growing your business, then email us so that we can help you with that support as we begin our beta launch in February of next year. you can contact me at Brianna@coachatlanta.com. And again, thank you for this opportunity and good luck to everybody here.
Great pitch. Thank you so much. Up next is now Alan Witters, the correct Alan for at least for your pitch.
Hi, everybody. My name's Alan Witters, CEO of T4L. We subscribe Teslas out to people. Our subscriptions include everything, the insurance, the charging, the car, all the maintenance. Typically, it's a 2-year contract, sometimes a 1 year or longer. We just raised $850K last month, and we're trying to raise another $3 million in the next 60 days. Looking for accredited investors. The minimum's $100K, and we have a lot of traction. We have thousands of people looking for cars from us, and that's a lot of money. That's all I can say. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Alan. Appreciate it. Up next is Sydney.
Hi, everyone. It's so nice to be here. Thank you so much, Mark. This is an awesome group. I love the energy. Super cool. And I'm the co-founder and CSO of Ascend, which is a new social media company that we hope will become the world's next social media platform where we can all play and connect without spam, without censorship, without toxicity. We built a really cool built-in solution that prevents against hate speech because all the content on Ascend is moderated by the community. We also would love to develop a Web3 crypto underlying our content economy. We made it very easy for everyone to be a creator and monetize their content, create monetized groups, make money from their posts. Basically took all the best features of all the different platforms and put them into one, AKA I created the thing I wish existed. So we have already 1,200 users on the platform. Everyone loves it. We just launched in October, so we're just getting started. We've raised $330K to date, primarily angel investors, and we're looking to raise another $500K as soon as possible. So if this is something you'd love to be a part of, please email me, sydney@weascendnow.com. It's also our website. And you might want to check out the app yourself. You can download it on the App Store, on the Play Store at Ascend Community. I'd love to know what you think. Thank you so much.
You might want to put your info in the chat, meet her in the chat, those that are interested. Thank you, Sydney. Up next is Dwayne.
Hello, good evening. Thanks for creating the space and offering me an invite. I get straight to the point. First time for everything, so bear with me. I'm Dr. Cormier. I'm the CEO and founder of VSorts, a software service, AI-powered desktop app for assessing organizational cultural competence and diversity, equity, and inclusion awareness. I can do this at scale, and I can do this without bias. Essentially, VSorts is a byproduct of my dissertation research at Penn State. I'm also a professor at a school in Virginia, and essentially my research and entrepreneurship kind of go side by side. So the problem that I solve with my software is that educated administrators cannot assess organizational cultural competence at scale with qualitative data. So there's a lot of surveying tools and this and that, but my software privileges qualitative data, meaning that the closest thing to truth is one's words spoken, and then the next ones is probably typed. So, and then I take that information and I make organizational assessments. It's one of a kind. You know, my desktop app uses AI techniques. It uses copyright protected vignettes. So you can kind of see it, but everything is copyrighted. So we also dub as a publishing company. And I have exclusive use of an educational framework to do all the AI modeling and training. The nuts and bolts of the components that we have a cool drag, drop, and sort user interface. We have these text-based scenarios of different interactions across the DIB continuum, and we have a unique data set. So we use data science as well as machine learning to generate things. All of our software gives you autonomous label scores in real time. And then in this beta mode, we also do have humans in the loop to score these vignettes as we go. I'm in TR4 right now. I have an ugly prototype. My TAM is 2.1 billion, SAM is 2 billion, and my SOM is 707. My beachhead market is teacher education programs, Title I schools. Last year I had 190 in revenue. My average cost for a license or white label package is $35K. And we have a lot of traction coming up this year. My ask is simply a $250,000 angel investment or a investment co-founder, someone that can co-found either from a technical point of view or financial point of view or both. So that's my pitch. Thank you for having me.
Great, thanks for pitching to us. Up next is Tino.
Hello. Hey, thanks for doing this, Mark, as always. In the future, most purchases will be custom made for you. So my company accomplishes this with a shared economy digital manufacturing platform. With the local machines, we're deglobalizing manufacturing to avoid $15 billion in shipping costs. So we're currently selling custom furniture and cabinetry and making it in this distributed shared economy platform. And we're active and with sales and operations in 29 cities. Sales in January with the pipeline that we have already booked will approximate $400,000. And we're raising our seed round to accelerate this revenue growth. My email is Tino, T-I-N-O @hellobaru.com, HELLOBARU.com. And I'll also post them in the chat. Thank you.
Thanks, Tino. I'm gonna mute everybody again because I hear a little background noise. Okay, up next is Jeff Shattuck.
Sorry, I just lost my pitch there. Aloha to everyone, and thanks to Mark and Associates for this forum. I'm the CEO and founder of Oceanimatica, based in Hawaii, USA. We're being currently rebranded as Love Blue. We have a comprehensive, holistic approach to recover ocean and river plastics. Our ocean system utilizes a base ship with Roomba-like robots that disperse on AI and ML to recover plastics and return to the base ship. This proven technology is, as a comprehensive operational unit, can then be deployed and moved around to any region, and multiple operations can be in theater at any time, from the Roatan Peninsula to Halong Bay in Vietnam. Our river system is rather unique in that it is the only one in the world that reaches into the water and actually into the water flow and retrieves the plastic pieces out of the river water rather than trying to capture everything out that's coming down the river system, which is really destructive to the river's ecology. So the recovered plastics from both systems are then processed and returned to the industry, namely primarily for use in the construction materials as sand aggregate replacement. So in this way, we have a closed loop approach. We solve the problem from recovery, processing, and then repurpose of these carbons, and a very deep impact to climate change, even reaching into all aspects of everyone's life on the planet. The ocean ecology, as many people know, is being degraded every day from desalination temperatures and, of course, the pollution that we're trying to tackle. So we're looking for investors to put these systems in place around the world, hired by governments, by UNESCO, and other large corporations. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Jeff. Sounds like a worthwhile project. Up next is Jamie. You're on mute still, Jamie, if you can figure that out. You're still on mute. I can come back to you right after we go to the next person, and we'll try and see if we can queue you up. Let's go to Randy next. Hello, Randy. You're on mute as well.
Yep. Sorry, I had to unmute. Okay, so I'll try to be quick. I'm an attorney, a consultant, and a networking concierge. I connect a lot of people. I help some companies find funding from investors. So I'm just looking to increase my investor contacts and look for good projects, and also collaborators. So I love to meet all kinds of people.
Fantastic. There's a number of startups in our community that probably could use your help. Thank you so much for pitching. Up next is Eugene. We'll still come back to you, Jamie, if you can get your mute working correctly. Hi, Eugene.
Hey, everyone. Hi, everyone. Eugene Kogan from Boston. My first time here, Mark. Thanks very much for a terrific community and space. I'm a Harvard-based executive coach and negotiation strategist, and I help executives just like yourself and your teams to have the most challenging conversations. I've co-authored a book that I shamelessly display here behind me, whether on leadership, diversity, power dynamics. I'm looking for opportunities to be helpful to you, either in one-on-one coaching sessions, group training, or board service opportunities. I'll put my contact information in the chat and look forward to speaking with whoever is interested. Thanks very
Great.
much.
Thanks, Eugene, for coming and sharing. Up next is Dominic. I haven't forgotten you, Jamie. We're still waiting to see if that connection will work. Up next is Dominic.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Mark. My name is Dominic. I'm the CEO of a company called Be Generous, and we have created the first ever philanthropic credit product, which allows donors to donate now, pay later. So I'm sure everybody's heard of buy now, pay later. What most people don't realize is that the philanthropic market is a $500 billion a year market. And so we've created a philanthropic credit product, which allows a donor to make a charitable donation to a nonprofit. The nonprofit receives the full donation upfront right away. The donor gets the full tax deduction instantly, but the donor pays $0. They pay nothing out of pocket. And instead, the donor pays that donation later over 3, 6, or 9 months completely for free. No interest payments, no transaction fees, no late fees, and no hidden fees. In order to build this, we raised a $10 million venture capital round. Some of our notable investors include the CEO of PayPal, Dan Schulman, the co-founder of Affirm, as well as some of the big VCs like Canaan, Transcend Ventures, 116 Street Ventures, and some of the other big fintech firms out there. We also raised a $100 million credit facility from a couple of banks that power the capital to lend this out on an unsecured consumer basis. We launched in the market about 3 months ago. We've signed almost 100 nonprofit clients out of the gate, including some of the biggest nonprofits in the United States, like PETA, the Jewish Federation, and CORE, and a bunch of other big ones. And we've already processed our first $100,000 worth of loans through the system. And so this is completely proprietary. Nobody's ever done this before. And the average donor who uses Donate Now, Pay Later gives 150% larger donations because they can finance their contribution over time for free, but the nonprofit gets all the money up front and the donor gets the full tax deduction. So because we're growing so quickly, we're raising another $3 million round on the same terms as our last round. And I'd be happy to talk to anyone who's interested in talking about it. And my email and contact info is in the chat here. Thank you.
Great idea. Really like hearing that one. Thanks for pitching it to us. Up next is Pia.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. My name is Pia. I own a clothing brand that's been around for 15 years. It was launched 15 years ago in Australian Fashion Week. And we've been lucky enough to dress up celebrities like Angela Jolie, Gabrielle Union, and our brand ambassador is Her Royal Highness Princess of Greece and Denmark. So basically where we are right now as a brand is we are at the brink of going into very mainstream channels like Macy's, Amazon, and launching our Try Before You Buy e-commerce site. So we are looking for funding for $400,000 for 10%. And we will be using that for marketing and for just having a bit of inventory because we own our own factory, and the great thing about that is that we have less stocks and less inventory, and that way there's there comes along sustainability and other issues that we address as a brand because we don't believe in mass producing, then just having a bunch of stocks laying around and you don't know if it's going to sell or not. And then on top of that, our brand is also gowns that are machine washable, so that's quite rare to have, so very good for the environment. And at the moment I believe there are about 1.6 billion sales that are waiting to be tapped in the bridesmaids industry. So yeah, we're just looking into that opportunity, and we hope that we can find someone here who can work with us.
Fantastic. Meet people in the chat. Up next is Tara.
I don't know.
Hi, Mark. Thanks for having me back. It's great not to be alone in the decentralized blockchain world. I've seen a few of your founders pitch today. One for Dow and another for something similar to what I'm doing. Giving basically reinventing healthcare using the blockchain. Oath Health is a Web3 health tech company. We are building an end-to-end SaaS digital engagement platform where providers and patients can interact in real time, 24/7. It is rewards based where for meeting your health goals, you will get rewarded with blockchain tokens that you can use at your physicians or for HSA credits and or as we develop the marketplace in other ways as well. We believe that, the healthcare system is broken, as I think everyone would agree, at $4.1 trillion or thereabout. It actually serves as the 5th largest GDP per country in the world. We think that by democratizing healthcare and decentralizing it, that we can cut out, AKA the middleman, saving probably about $1 trillion. So we're on a mission to just, put healthcare in your hands, be able to control your healthcare data, own your healthcare data, have decentralized identification across the healthcare spectrum, in addition to be able to have your medical records on blockchain-based EHR vis-a-vis NFT functions that we're building out. We'd love to talk to anybody as far as team building, especially at this point. We're looking from everything from chief medical officer to chief marketing officer. We have a great CTO and a great people officer, but we are ready to go to market in Q1 of 2023. We've alpha tested our beta version of the digital health engagement platform and are, again, ready to roll out. Love to talk to any investors as we're doing a small raise of $2 million. So far, we're bootstrapped and funded by ourselves to get to this point. We have done a VC accelerator program just a few months ago. So we have been talking to a lot of different VC, but if anybody's interested in reaching out, my information will be in the chat, and I'd love to hear from everyone. Thanks again, Mark. Great thing you have going here.
Yep, thank you so much. And Jamie, I'm just going to propose that we put you at the front of next week if you can come back, because I don't know if we're going to be able to figure out how to get your mute working.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Actually,
Oh, is it working?
That's so funny. It shows that the mute is off, but I can hear you now. Go for it while we are hearing.
All right, great. My name's Jamie Hash. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Network Intelligence and another company called Intellicate. We're in the SaaS delivery business, managed services and the SaaS, UCaaS, CCaaS, CPaaS, all the different SaaS type platforms that are typically used in telecommunications. Intellicate is a little bit different. It's an IoT company, and we specialize in logistics and the use of location-based Bluetooth beacons to track cold chain as well as GPS locations for trucking. We're available as a consultancy, virtual COO, advisor, or a mentor.
Okay, I'm glad we got the pitch in. Thank you, Jamie. Meet Jamie in the chat. Up next is Mindy.
Sorry, on mute. Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Great. First of all, I would like to know, is there some way we can get a copy of the chat?
There is a way. The 3 dots at the bottom of the chat at the very
Ernie.
done. If you click on that, you'll be able to get a copy.
Talk to Zoltan.
Hold on just a second. Hold on. I gotta try and mute everybody. Mindy, you're gonna have to unmute again because I didn't know who. There's so many people in the room. It's hard to figure out whose microphone goes live.
Can you hear okay now?
Yes, you're live again. Go for it.
Okay. So thank you very much for putting this event on. Number one, I'm very thankful to be here. I am a first-time presenter. Unique product. I am a mathematician. In 2010, I began developing a specialized trigonometry that's rational. I applied it to computational systems in an algorithmic format. And what I make is energy-free computing. So yes, that's right, zero energy, pushing about 9 million blocks right now per second on a laptop. So it's on a push system. It's mathematically generated timestamps. that never collide because they are generated that way with sub-microseconds between each timestamp. So basically what I have is a product that foundationalizes pretty much everyone's product that's on this platform. So if you're interested in collaboration, I'm looking for funders. I'm putting up in the chat a 600,000 increment just for, you know, advisors, for a general partner, for a fund. Mark, you might be interested in that aspect of it because I'm creating a fund gate. Fund gate means that, sorry, crypto guys, but I'm kind of betting against crypto. I'm creating a fiat-based stable platform that is based on ratio in the top 10 currencies of the world, weighted and ratio balanced. So it's a really effective system to keep liquidity very, very safe. And I'm putting it on my chain and marketing the chain basically through any means possible to sell for royalties. I'm looking at a lot of different directions for what I'm doing, and especially with regard to climate change and with regard to answering those problems that we have right now with scalability, which is what I solve, with energy, which is what I solve, and with no heat. So these are things that are really important. I will put the information down in the chat. Mark, again, thank you so much for letting us be here today. Thanks.
And I think we probably all would like to learn more about that. And you're a shining example of how smart our audience and the people who come to our events are. I'm always blown away by how much high IQ we have in our room. Thank you for pitching. We need more women founders as well. Up next is Scott.
Hello, this is Scott. I'm the founder and CEO of Cryptops Exchange. The Cryptops Exchange is powered by the Cryptops decentralized blockchain. Cryptops is a blockchain dedicated to providing a market for cryptocurrency option derivatives. The native utility coin that powers the Cryptops blockchain is called COE, spelled C-O-E. Currently, Cryptops has 2 blockchains up and running that are available for public use: a testnet for creating and testing blockchain operations, and the main blockchain that is meant for uses that have real tangible value. The testnet has been running for almost 5 years now and is used for the development and testing of the Bitcoin BTC option derivatives. The main Cryptops blockchain is also publicly available and was brought online almost a year ago. The Cryptops blockchain is a fork of the upstream Stellar blockchain, which itself is a fork of Ripple. Some of the significant differences between Cryptops and upstream Stellar blockchain are that Cryptops has been source code modified to pay a weekly staking reward to qualified addresses. The other difference is the total number of native coins. Cryptops only has 1% of those found on Stellar. There are also some other configurable differences between the blockchains. Cryptops is needing to raise a few $100,000 to a couple $1 million to kickstart the functionality of the main Cryptops blockchain. This will be done by means of selling the Cryptops COE utility coin directly on the Cryptops blockchain order books, using 500 increasing price level. Larger block purchases may also be made if you don't want to move the price on the blockchain. These funds will be used to provide the liquidity needed to make the options market and exercise the in-the-money blockchain derivatives on chain. Okay, if you'd like to discuss more, I'll be in the chat.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate the pitch. Up next is Gary. Truth be told, I sit on his board of directors. Go ahead, Gary.
Hey, Mark. Boy, this has really turned into something special.
I know. Can you believe how many people are showing up now? I mean, it's literally unbelievable to me. I can hardly, I would have never guessed that this was going to happen this year. Anyways, go ahead.
I'll
Chair.
keep this short. And thanks for being on our board. Hello, everybody. My name is Gary Goldstein. I'm the CEO of Instinctive, and we are starting to have some fun here at Instinctive. How many people think that the future of work has changed? Well, that future of work has changed today, and it's forcing SME businesses and service providers change how they do business, deal with disparate data systems, deal with ongoing and increasing compliance, and need to manage office and remote-based employees. Well, introducing Instinctive. The Instinctive is a white label SaaS platform that facilitates and is solving the problems for both service providers, SME companies with 7,500 to 2,500 plus employees, associations, and consumer gig workers, independent contractors alike. Instinctive keeps all HR and employee validated data in sync. That's where we get our name. And as a white label platform, we have 4 product lines that are integrated that can be offered individually or in combinations depending on the problem or problems we are solving, which helps differentiate us in the marketplace. Instinctive is a proven solution, and we're increasing the number of service provider distributors, increasing number of clients, increasing recurring revenues month over month. As a matter of fact, we've gone from 12,000 at the beginning of Q4 to 18,000 this month and over 22,000 booked revenues in February. And we expect to, in 2023, to do well over 360. Well, we already booked 360, so we expect to do about 1.3 million in revenues. We have a great a team of industry experts with successful exits. Our product officer had an IPO with Workday and Viva Systems. So we're ready to ramp our growth, and I've invested over 2.1 million in Instinctive, and we're seeking to raise 5 million in Series Seed preferred at a 12 million pre-money. I invite you to invest your money beside mine and help us grow into a big profitable company with a nice successful exit.
Thank you, Gary. Friends, meet Gary in the chat. Up next is Andres. You're on mute.
Sorry. How are you guys? Amazing group. Congratulations. I love every pitch that I've heard so far. So my company is Imagine Enterprises. I am the president of the company. And we are a company that we're developing innovation programs for smart cities, navigational systems for flying vehicles, interactive robotics with artificial intelligence, blockchain technology for communication systems, and also sustainability programs to do biodiesel plants, waste management plants to industrialize the garbage, turn it at 100% into products and energy and electricity. So we are working with governments right now. We have some agreements about to close our first contract, and we are looking for an investment for $18 million for our first project in Bolivia. And this is going to be, it's already have a co-signing for this project for an international insurance company. And so we're looking to educate ourselves into this contract for 30 years with the government there. We also have offices in Bolivia, Colombia, and here in New York City. So guys, thank you so much. I'm looking for the investor, whoever wants to partner with us, or an financing, or an investor on this for the 33% for the $80 million as well. So our company's valuation right now so far has been 200 million. And we're very new. It's a startup business, but we're trying to get credits right now. So thank you so much for the time.
Thanks for pitching. Meet in the chat. Up next is Matthew.
Hello there, everybody. Thank you very much. My name is Matthew Soroka. I'm the founder of ConnectClux. We are a virtual concierge system for homes, building, and communities. Right now, we're focused on HOAs and condos, but we're actually going to move forward with other ones. There's about 50% of the communities out there that really house most of the population. Everybody else works in communities. We're looking at, giving the ability for residents to view amenities, reservations, view meetings, documents, events, other things like pay your bill. And we also have the ability to ad-based revenue for businesses so they could pay directly to our business where we could advertise directly to homeowners. In addition to having this amazing opportunities, we actually have big data opportunities too, as well as anything with concierge, reservations, IoT, and digitization of all different applications, including real estate. We already have a lot of clients, meaning we have a lot of residents, we have communities, and we also have property management companies that we're working with. So right now we're seeking about $1 million in raise so we can scale to the moon. Thank you. My name is Matt. This is ConnectClux. You could reach me on the chat.
All right, Matt, that was interesting. Thanks for pitching. Up next is Raj.
Hey, all. I'm actually not pitching. I'm here to give to give. So energy investment banker from Goldman. After about 12 years, about $1.8 billion in my hedge fund. Had an exit. Just put together a $20 million VC fund, 10 million of it's mine. Mark, I'd love to join. Guys, I love what you're doing. If you have any questions in fintech, vertical integration, strategic partnerships, go-to-market strategies, I'm a 4-time founder. I'm here to help. I'm a brown kid with a bunch of tattoos now in Seattle, and I don't have an MIT background. I'm a non-technical founder, and it was brutal. So if anybody needs any help, I'm here to help and support. And Mark, I love the VC side. I've had so many amazing thought processes, and you guys are doing amazing work. If you need any help in go-to-market, product market fit, validation, please reach out.
First of all, I will be reaching out for sure. Thank you for even offering it. I want to tap your expertise, and the rest of the community. Here's somebody who's offering wisdom. How great is that? Please take Raj up on it. That's what I want to see happening here in this.
Please, I'm begging, please. We got to deploy. We're brand new. We have nothing deployed. We're pre-seed and seed. This is my money, guys. This is amazing. Awesome work, Mark. Thank you.
No, thank you, Raj. I'm hoping for amazing diamonds in the rough like you. That was great. Makes my night. Next up is Leo.
Hi, everybody. My name is Leo Lopez, and I guess first and foremost, I'm going to have a hard time following up with Raj and his generous offer, of course, so I'll do my best. First and foremost, I am humbled to be here. This is my first event, and I'm super excited to be in your presence at this point. Entrepreneurship is very dear to me, so I'm going to give you look, I'm not really good at these kind of elevator pitches, salesy type stuff, or talking about my company, but I'm going to tell you, my story. I've been in the contact center industry for 25 years. I've worked in a variety of different roles and leadership. My last part of my corporate career, I helped a company go from 12 employees in Los Angeles to 1,800 employees across 4 sites. Throughout that level of scale that happened in a 3-year span, I learned a lot, and I kept seeing this over and over again. And the bottom line is that startups and new ventures and growing companies struggle with delivering good customer experiences, whether it's sales, service, support, helping users. I think that it's very challenging from a budget, resource perspective, or even leadership perspective. Contact center is not sexy. It's not finance, it's not marketing, it's not growth hacking. It's the customer support team, right? So we're often kind of like, underneath the, the bottom of the ship, running the engine room, so to speak. So, but yet we know that in this saturated market, a startup has to differentiate itself from the competition, and customer service experience or support experience is one of those ways. So this is how Calltastic was born. My company helps startups and small businesses to be able to deliver through a combination of consultative support, managed services, and the talent to help your customer care, your user support, your outbound sales or inbound acquisition. At the end of the day, I think our solutions beat the traditional outsourcing paradigm. And we want to enable our growing ventures to focus on scaling their businesses, which is what they're good at.
Brilliant. And actually there was a lot of wisdom there, Leo. Turns out you did just well after Raj. Thank you for
there we go. Anytime. And again, I'm humbled to be here. Thank you very much.
All right. Up next is Harry. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing.
Hi everybody. This is Hari Atkuri from Minneapolis. What a great team, Mark. I'm so excited, and thanks to James Lupino who invited me to this one, and great to see people like Raj and everybody helping support to each other. Fantastic team. Have you ever seen a window? Maybe you're looking at a window that is like, glass and door, right? My background is display industry, and we are developing a next generation glass products. It is not electrochromic. It is not a liquid crystal based product. The product we are developing has a lot of interest in the market. We work with window and door manufacturers for residential as well as commercial markets. And my background for last 20 years is the display industry. In the display industry, right now we are looking at people who has experience with medical devices, electrofluidics, and who may be interested in hardware. We are having the patent pending technology, and our CTO is a Professor Vasily Sergan from Sacramento, California State University. And I love to hear from anybody who is interested in working with me and with my company for next generation smart glass and related technologies. Thank you so much.
I'd actually like to see your deck if you could somehow get a version to me. It sounds fascinating. Meet others in the chat. We're going to move on. Up next is Rajiv.
Thanks, Mark. It's great to see you again after a long time. I've attended these on and off, dropped in and got off. So this is my time to pitch. So for everybody who doesn't know me, my name is Rajiv Mudumba, and I'm the co-founder and president of Inceptio Ventures. Now, this is a, whatever you want to call it, accelerator innovation hub with a twist. So what we are doing with this is we are taking 5 companies from idea all the way to MVP and commercialization within a 180-day journey. And we plan to do that over the next 24 months. We have 3 of those companies built already with paying customers. And I'm here to pitch one of them today. It's called Collude, and Collude is what you call a private social network, basically for businesses. So we are targeting businesses as well as business aggregators, agencies, recruitment agencies, chambers of commerce and such, where you can have your own private social network that's branded for you, your very own. You invite people, whether it's your suppliers, your employees, your clients, your prospects, and then you nurture a community there. The basic idea being that you're not always in a reactive state trying to build a business, but people that you've talked to, invested time, money, and energy in, you continue to engage with them, nurture them, be top of mind for them so that you can have an immense impact in terms of ROI from them. Now, we are present in India, in the UK, as well as the US. We have a team that's working on a system that we have created and continue to perfect in order to take that journey from idea to commercialization. So Collude is the company that I'm here to pitch. We are in the process of raising $3 million by March, and that's the ask. As far as my pet project, what I do is I have another company by name Plan B Success, which has its own podcast and a YouTube channel, and it's basically focused on personal and business development for entrepreneurs, career professionals, and students. I'll put the details out in the chat, and please go ahead and check them out.
All right, outstanding. Thank you for coming back and pitching to us. Up next is Luke, who is the reason why this event exists. He is the one who convinced me to embark on this journey. And just before Luke speaks, I just want to say that if there was a Startup Hall of Fame, Luke should be nominated into it, because not only does he have his fingerprints on starting this event, he has his fingerprints on another event that happens on Thursdays called Startup Right. And now he's moderating another event on Fridays, which is Go Global World.
Go Global World.
Thank you for, I'm sorry I mispronounced that, but basically he is helping startups all around the world, and he's a hero of mine. Go ahead, Luke, introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Mark. Actually, it has been an amazing journey. Only for 5 months, venture startups managed to get like more than 5,000 followers on LinkedIn, and we're doing almost 300 people events on Zoom. And for me, it's amazing. I mean, like my heart is pounding now. For such a short period of time, we managed to do amazing things. And yeah, I realized that meeting people, even through Zoom, it has an amazing impact on on the world. I mean, like even 300 people here, I mean, it will have a great impact not only in the US, but in the world in general. And I will leave my contacts in the chat, and I would love to connect with anybody that is looking to network with me and with what we are doing. Thank you very much for
And more specifically, if any of your companies need some marketing or connecting the dots, Luke is available for hire, and he'd appreciate the opportunities to look into your companies.
Thank you, Mark.
We're going to move on. Up next is Cassio.
Hi, Mark. So this is my first event here at Venture Starters, and I have Luke to thank too. He does such a great job at marketing that I finally showed up. But I also do have to thank Startup Right, Nick Kolev, for helping me along the way and doing his videos. Nick will do videos for entrepreneurs and post it to a network of investors. I'm a United States Marine attorney, and I also manufacture flooring. But what brings me here is I have a tech startup. I'd like to revolutionize small business mergers and acquisitions, small business marketplaces, by providing a set of tools that benefits everyone, that changes the rules of the game. And it's an online marketplace to buy and sell businesses. We're going to provide data analytics to the buyers in order for them to compare one business against another in terms of the location, because location is key for small businesses. And the sellers will benefit in numerous ways by having serious buyers, vetting the financials, signing NDAs. So it's an online marketplace with data analytics and a vendor network of service providers and product sellers. And we've begun this by starting with business valuations. We have a business valuation calculator. We'll give you the value of your business based on financials, but also comparables of actual businesses for sales. So it's tangible. It's something that people can use, and this is step one of the ultimate goal of creating the marketplace and vendor network. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Really appreciate it. Up next is Carolyn.
Thank you, Mark. And it's a great event. Super exciting to be here, and I'm hugely honored to be invited here. Anyway, I am the founder and CEO of Fifth Universe, Incorporated in Delaware. We are 1.5 years old and looking for a seed fund. So our business model is like I was a researcher at Stanford University for molecular immunology. However, very soon I found my real passion is to take care of the younger generation at the deeper level, like in the personal level, help them to build characters. And right now, as we all know, like we are the lucky one now, having a great passion in our path, and enjoying the flow, building our startups and funding. Also, I fund other startups as well. And so the point is, right now, more than 50% of people are depressed globally, and especially hitting very hard on men, on the middle-aged men, and then harder on the young adults, from 16 or even lower, 14 to 30. That population is now more than 60% of them are depressed. And also the worst is they cannot find help, and I talk to my psychologists and therapist friends. They say we are totally out of capacity to help people. And my friend Lauren, she's working day and night, and so like overworked, overload. Anyway, the point is we need an urgent, solution to help people. And I believe we started this startup last year, Start Building Our MVP last year, targeting the depressed population. However, very soon I realized actually we were just curing the symptom, not helping people to heal themselves, from the inside. So we pivoted it and dive much deeper. So we have been spending 10 months actually creating patent products, our proprietary product, to help people to empower themselves from the ground up, to build characters from the inner world. Like we have people here in this group now today watching you to conquer climate control, build rockets. And there are people developing AI methodology to do drug discovery. I did that myself before. I was one of the first people who luckily, cloned the first humanized mouse to generate human antibodies from the mouse system. Anyway, yeah, I was in that field. However, now I'm luckily in a journey doing, creating powerful products. And everybody, including the audiences here, you are welcome to come into our platform someday. So we are now using generative AI. Of course, everything is relying on analytical AI. However, we want to take full advantage of generative AI now. Everybody is so excited over the chat, GPT now. And anyway, story short, and we are having patent products. And it will be wonderful to have some of you to join us for the journey to help, especially the younger generation, help them to find their vision and find, the passion, because many of them are quite lost and they need help. And we are here to help them. And we need your help to join us, to join the team. We are looking for advisor, board, member. We luckily now have an Apple executive and IBM, executive joining our board. And so we need more board members, advisors, and investors from the seed, and I invest in this startup myself. And we also need a really great CTO. I have a lot of, I have whole startups for 6 years, actually. So I do have international tech, people, for around 2,000 of them. However, I still haven't found the one, that CTO can carry this mission with that power. So I definitely looking for that really, really powerhouse. If you are that person, please contact me. I will share, I already shared my LinkedIn here, but I will share it again. And then on the other hand, please, if you really, can advise us, and help us, that would be great. I would love to share my pitch deck with you. And we haven't started our roadshow. Actually, this is my very first pitch, actually, so thank you, Mark, letting me to do my first pitch ever. And so next year, I will start my roadshow. So at the end of this year, I'm so lucky that I am able to do a premiere of my roadshow. This is my premiere for my next year.
Thanks
so thank you
for making us your premiere. We appreciate it. So we have 14 people still in the queue that would like to pitch. And so this is my suggestion to you 14. I'm happy to still let you pitch tonight. Our audience is still here, at least a portion of it. But my suggestion is try to do 1-minute pitches so that we can sort of move along quickly. And I will try and get you in on our next event where you can do 2 minutes if it turns out you have more to say than what you can do tonight. And I apologize, but it's hard for our audience to sit through so many pitches, and at the very end it starts to get a little tiring. I have noticed, and this is no disrespect to any of you. So up next is Molly, and I'm sorry I'm asking you all just to make your pitches a little shorter. You're up next. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Molly Faulkner. I represent an aviation engineer with 22 years of experience as a medic who had a broken hip. And with his result, he ended up creating a frictionless hip implant medical device for focusing and for women. This product is a woman frictionless hip implant device. It was formed in 2007. The patent is worldwide. It is ISO certified, professional mechanical design, regulatory affairs certification, ASQ certified for quality engineer as well as auditor. It's fully FDA registered and published. 2/3 of the FDA is now completed, and the only testing that's left is the bearing part of the device, and it will take about a year to a year and a half to complete. This device is revolutionary, and nothing is like this in the market now. The goal is to get this to the market by licensing it to the 5 big companies, because it will virtually eliminate hip revisionary surgery. At the moment, Humana sits on the board of directors now. They're waiting for it to be developed, since it will save so much money and substantially reducing the revision surgery that they will have to provide. So after FDA approval, will be sold to either a medical device manufacturing company or license out to the 5 big companies. That is my pitch. So those who are interested, we are asking for 5 to 20 million for 10% per 5 million raise of equity until it's sold or licensed out.
I'm interested in seeing your pitch. I have somebody in mind for that. Others you can meet in the chat. Up next is Joseph.
Hello, Mark. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'll take whatever I can get. 60 seconds is okay. I am here representing Zen Delivery. Zen Delivery is a progressive fee reduction platform in partnering with restaurant operators in the local and national marketplace and disrupting larger organizations that are gauging business owners from generating profit opportunities that have been normally and historically disenfranchised. We want to partner with business owners to understand pain points and helping navigate a path to profitability without any expense out of pocket whatsoever. We help expedite this opportunity directly with owners. So basically, we're about to revolutionize this whole idea of the restaurant delivery industry. Believe it or not, Google just partnered with us, the first ever company below $1 billion, just because everyone knows that now they're starting to gauge, and Google's actually going to be the premier place to go for your deliveries. They're just harnessing that power. So I would love to talk all of you about it, and thank you so much.
That sounds actually interesting. I'd be interested in learning more about that one too. All right, next up is Jürgen. I'm sorry, I've mispronounced your name in the past as well. Please pronounce it for us properly.
Hi, Mark. Jürgen.
Jürgen, thank you. I'll try and recall better.
Hi, everyone. Jürgen Vollrath. I'm the CEO, co-founder of a company called Ruby. It's an electronic health record. Just for those unfamiliar with electronic health records, they're probably the biggest roadblock to our health system that we've had in 100 years. About 12 years ago, the government made it a mandate that people in the healthcare industry implement these electronic health records. Companies like Cerner, Epic jumped on the bandwagon, grew this thing to a $10 billion business. What is wrong with the system as it currently stands is that the data gets siloed in databases, doesn't form any part of your diagnosis, does not improve the healthcare of the patient. And to make things worse, it wastes about 50% of a doctor's time on administrative overhead. So we have solved that problem. For one thing, we have gathered about 18 years of data on medical data, the latest in research. We bundle that together with all of the data on the patient, and we can analyze that data by implementing a unique data structure that within a few milliseconds can go through thousands of records and come to a diagnosis, guide the physician through the workflow, and to give him back the 50% that they've lost. We have automated the entire system, so it's basically runs in the background and just basically leads the physician through it. We are currently valued at 30 million. We're looking at a $2 to $3 million raise. My preference would be somebody with connections in the hospital space, but I'd be willing to talk to anybody interested in this technology.
Excellent. Thank you for pitching. Up next is Parker.
Hi, Mark. Thanks for putting this together. This is an absolutely amazing group, and I wish I had something like this when I started my entrepreneurial journey. Andres and Cassio, you guys' style is on point. Please don't ever stop. And just a shout out for everyone. I know the times are going to get tough, but you guys are all working on great ideas, and do not ever quit. Do it for yourself and do it for me. My name's Parker Schultz. I'm a multi-founder. I've got my information in the chat. Please talk to me and call me. Text, we'll set up something. I've founded and sold companies related to DAOs, blockchain, cryptocurrency. Currently, one company I work with is in food delivery. So Zen Delivery, let's talk. I think we could form a good partnership. And I would love to give you solutions and help for free. So mentorship, board positions, and et cetera. Let's just chat. My newest company I founded is Gig Workers Technologies, Inc., DBA as Gig Tech. We represent the growing economy sector that is a gig worker, which in the eyes of the IRS from the 10,000 square foot view is an independent contractor or someone who is not employed, but more importantly, self-employed. We create communities and provide supplemental software and mobile apps to target that niche and growing demographic. And the excuse me, and we exist to supplement them on their financial freedom journey and believe that the path of entrepreneurship will be something that will represent our economy in a much greater percentage than it is today. My contact information will be in the chat. Thank you again. Please call me, please text me. I'd love to talk to you for free and just share all of my wisdom and experience for free, Gary Vee style. Thank you.
Awesome. Parker, you're a great addition to our community. I so appreciate you. Next up is Ken.
Hi, Mark. Thanks. My name's Ken. I am located in Edmonton, Alberta, and we are looking for a seed round for 420,000. And we're all about affordable housing. And we're going to do that by building small housing units. So our housing units will be well-built, attractive, and affordable. So we're going to add a bit of modularity to the housing. We have a few innovative additions to that. We have a pitch deck, and we'll put the contact info on the chat. So anybody who wants to see the pitch deck, just email me. Thanks again, Mark.
Perfect. Thanks, Ken. Up next, John. John Butler.
Thanks for organizing this event, Mark. Appreciate it. Hello, my name is John Butler. I'm the CEO and founder of Quantum Sight. We're a pre-Series A health tech company located in Sunnyvale, California. So we've identified an unmet need in the field of cancer clinical testing. Specifically, 1 in 4 solid tumor cancer patients do not receive conclusive test results from a standard clinical test. This results in substantially decreased options for care for the patients, as well as lost revenue for the clinical labs and a negative impact on the healthcare system. There's no solution on the market available to resolve this problem in a clinical lab. Well, we've solved this problem with our digitally directed tissue microdissection platform. We streamline the current clinical workflows through automating pathology and material processing. Our product consists of hardware, software, and consumables. The hardware is a system that is repurposed from the high-tech industry for our application, and it's currently available with a 12-week lead time that comes with a full service and maintenance package and is CE marked. Earlier this year, we generated our first clinical data from 2 clinical studies at 2 top 10 hospitals in the world, one in Singapore, one in the US. The results of the clinical trials have led to the integration of our system into the clinical labs. We've generated $750,000 in revenue to date and are on track to generate $500,000 in revenue for 2023. We're currently doing a pre-Series A bridge round with about $250,000 left on that round. The funds will be used to increase sales capacity, to get us to cash flow positive by the middle of next year, and to do an A round in Q3 of 2023. We have 3 institutional investors interested in leading that round, and we'll be starting the discussions in January. Thank you very much.
Very nice, John. Great pitch. Meet John in the chat. Up next is Travis.
Hey, Mark, thanks for the opportunity.
Sure.
The world is changing now like never before. Some of the biggest challenges we face as a species will face us in the next 10 to 20 years. We need sustainable forms of energy and homes for a large portion of our species. With construction stuck in the past, we need innovation now to solve tomorrow's problems. Imagine if you could design a self-sustaining home from your phone at a click of a button that grew you food and created the energy you consumed. I'm Travis Carter. I'm the CEO and founder of Smarter Home Technology, and we are that solution. Our company is a construction marketplace platform, and we offer solutions for companies in this space to start or grow their sustainable construction companies. We do this by automated project management technology and several different SaaS products. If Amazon, Uber, and Angie's List had a child, it would be Smarter Home Technology. Our biggest current ticket item is solar installation at an average ticket price of anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000 per residential project. And with 100 million in annual installation contracts and an industry with $2 billion worth of sold backlogs, we've been bombarded with sales and outreach of people wanting to connect with others in the industry and find installation partners. Help us take this company to 80 million in revenue by the end of 2023 and $1 billion company in less than 5 years. We are looking for more angel investors to help start off our seed round of $2.5 million and help us maintain our rate of growth. We're currently on track to potentially do $1 million a month this December after 9 months of hard work. Thank you.
Congrats on that. Me, Travis in the chat. Up next is Fenton.
Yeah, hi. My name is Fenton, and I am the CEO of a company I founded called Electronis. It's in St. Paul, Minnesota, and actually I've noticed not too far some other material science companies that are perhaps worth speaking with. Now, Electronis, in what's left of 60 seconds, is a material science company, and it is developing materials for fiber optics to improve their energy efficiency, making devices smaller, and also keeping a geopolitical side on this, because you'll remember that we now have a federal program to support domestic technology. Now, why is this important? And I would propose to you, you're looking at the answer right now, because that's a screen that you're looking at through right now. And that will contain the fiber optics materials that this company will be making. And it will also be behind the apps that a lot of you would like to promote over this website. And I don't know how many seconds I have left, but I would say that I'm glad to even get that time, and I will really be looking forward to maybe telling you a little bit more about this a week from now over at your Christmas party.
Absolutely, and I would like to learn more about it already. You were a good enough commercial to tease my brain. A friend of mine, a partner of mine, laid the fiber optic cable for AT&T between New York City and Los Angeles. $1 billion project, and he might be interested. Anyways, just a thought. Thank you for pitching us. Up next is Gene.
Hey, Mark.
Hey.
Well, hope you're doing. Hope you're
Good.
great.
Good to see you again.
Thanks for the opportunity. Okay, so let's go. The video game industry currently yields more dividends than the television, movies, and music industries combined altogether. I'm Jin Cheung. I run a mobile video game studio born amid COVID and operating 100% remotely. I'm the CEO and founder of InnoFlop Games. We create high-ticket video games for our customers to help them reach a wider audience, increasing engagement and reward customer loyalty in autopilot mode. This is called gamification. I have more than 2 decades surrounded and working with video games, collaborating with gaming events, and solving technical challenges, which I love to do. I have a background in game production, project management, and computer networks. Our mission is simple: build Latin America's smartest and biggest mobile video game studio by creating games people love to play and tools business love to use. We're currently at the seed stage. We've been operating for 2 great years. Last year, we made over $50,000 from just one customer. If you're a business owner looking to gamify your processes, reach me on the chat. We're looking to network, mentorship, and possibly be interested in angel investing. If you're interested, I'll leave my details in the chat. Let's disrupt a $200 billion industry. Game on. Thanks.
All right. Thank you for the quick pitch there. Up next is Julian.
Thanks, Mark. I'm Julian Elliott, and I'm an early stage startup marketing leader. I have about 14 years of B2B and direct-to-consumer experience. My most recent experience was within telemedicine, medical supplies, social networks, and mobile applications. My specialties are really messaging, user acquisition, retention, growth, engagement, and also community development. My passion project, I actually have a community that I developed from scratch of about 40K on social media. And then I'm also capable of assisting with fundraising. The last startup that I worked with, I helped them successfully acquire $725,000 within my first 30 days of working with them. I am open to working either within a contract or a fractional capacity. Open to definitely continue the conversation on LinkedIn for anyone who's interested. And I've popped my info in the chat.
You sound amazing. I'd like to hook you up with a company I sit on the board that's a telehealth company that could use your help. So
awesome.
Make sure that somehow we connect. If my assistants are in the room listening, make sure we connect. Thank you so much for the pitch. Up next is somebody whose name is Mark's guest and hasn't changed their name yet. So I don't know how to introduce you. You'll have to introduce yourself. And there you go.
Thanks, everybody. Retired firefighter in Los Angeles, a quarter of a century of experience of going to 30,000 emergencies, watching a lot of people die, about 1,000 to 2,000 people die in my career. A friend of mine died 5 years ago in a tragic on-duty death. At his funeral, it dawned on me that people only get the date of birth, the date of death, and the dash in between. And that dash is your whole life. And I thought, gosh, after seeing all these deaths and my whole career watching people die, I'd realized that our memories, those photos all over our houses, get ultimately forgotten. And so I thought, how could we fix this? How could we go through life and be remembered? And I thought QR code. It's very simple. I tried to do one for my friend to memorialize him at the firehouse. Found out that the competing solutions were outdated to remember life. And we came up with putting slideshow videos on a QR code. And that's the start of it now. There's some more information, so much more. It's evolved into something a lot bigger and bigger ideas. I'm bootstrapping. I retired from the fire department. I'm a full-time founder now. Have a great day.
Nice. Thank you for the pitch. And please come back again. Our final pitch is Jeffrey. If you turn on the camera and you want to do a quick pitch, and then we're going to wrap this up. I have a couple of quick thoughts to share with everybody, and then I want to thank everybody for being here. I don't know, Jeffrey Cohen, did you want to pitch? You raised your hand, or was that an accident? Apparently you're not engaged right now. Okay, so to everybody, the very first event, there was a networking event. Oh, there we go.
Mike, Mark, you there?
Oh, yeah, we got you. Go, Jeff.
Okay, I'll do this real quick. So the average person has 137 different medical records spread out between hospitals, doctors, offices, and labs. We specialize in aggregating that information into a single comprehensive patient profile that you can access online or through our what we call our MyLife ID Pocket Cloud, which allows you to carry your information with you in multiple languages without the need to be connected to the internet, which is often slow in time of need. Recently, we've signed 4 agreements with telehealth companies. So Mark, if you're on a telehealth company, we should talk. We also have made a pet version called My Pet Life ID, which is now contracted with a telehealth company for pets and a pet healthcare insurance product. So that's a new thing that we're bringing to market. So I'm the CEO of My Life ID. My name is Jeff Cohen. We're raising $2 million. Additionally, Mark, I have somebody who might be willing to help with your fund.
Thank you. I need the help.
Yeah, we should talk. They actually are interested in funding the fund.
Beautiful. I need our entire community to help make that a reality. So, this is a team effort here. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Jeff. Did you have anything else you wanted to say?
No, that's enough. Thank you.
Okay, you're always welcome to come back. Look, here's the thing to everybody who's still here. The very first time I did this, there were 17 people that attended. Right now, we have 111 that are still here after, oh my God, at least 50 pitches. I mean, it's hard to digest 50 pitches. We may have to in the future actually limit the number now that I realize what that entails. I didn't know, we've never had this many pitches ever in one night. So, you know, I have changed the event around a bunch, and I just want everybody to know my goal now is to make this an accelerator group, not just a pitch group, but I want to do it different than all the other accelerators. The other accelerators actually provide great value. They'll make your decks better. They'll teach you how to pitch better. They'll make you some key introductions. But at the end of the day, so many of those accelerators, they basically introduce those clients to people like me, total strangers that invest in startups. The problem is the total strangers. That's where everything goes, like the wheels go off the tracks. It's the lack of the warm introductions and knowing people. I can tell you the startups that have people on their team who know the right people, they don't get stuck, they just fly through. You know, if you have somebody in their team that knows investors, investors like to invest in somebody they know. They're not really excited to invest in total strangers. It takes a while for them to get comfortable. So, you know, if we can create a community where not only are we looking to raise money for all of you founders, but we're also looking for the missing teammate. Like, for instance, those of you who are raising over $1 million, let's say somebody in this community invests $100,000 in you. As soon as you exhaust their investment, you're out pitching total strangers again. You're putting their $100,000 at risk. I know this because I've lost money so many times being that very investor. So I think what we need is to find also the people who can join the startup teams, even if it's part-time, even if it's contractual, who have the golden networks, can create the warm introductions so that you can raise all the money you need. Most of the founders that come to our events here are brilliant at something, but fundraising may not be what they were brought up to, you know, that may not be their expertise. And so maybe it makes sense to add somebody who can play that role. They don't have to know exactly all the things about your business. They don't have to be software smart if you're in the software business. They just have to be networking smart. So basically what I want to do is create a unique environment where acceleration can take place, where you can meet what you need, the people you need, the resources you need. That's more important than just the pretty decks. Like if you find the right person who has friends they can pitch for investment, they'll guide you on the deck that they need to show their friends. You're sort of guessing what your investors are even going to need when you're in some of these other accelerator programs. So, you know, my hope is we can create something that's new. It hasn't been done before in the startup community that will work better, that will create more unicorns, will make more companies successful by essentially connecting more of the dots. The only way this will work, of course, this is my theory, my thesis that this can work, is enough of you will continue to show up. If you're, you know, if you just, you know, come and pitch and run and one night it didn't work out, I don't know if we'll be able to create the critical mass of smartness and brilliance that I think we need. We need a lot of people to come who are passionate about getting startups off the ground. For the investors, this will be better for you and I because we're going to see better teams. You guys know that we invest in teams, not business models, not business plans. The teams pay us back, not pieces of paper or slideshows. So, you know, to the extent that these teams improve, that's better for us investors. For you founders, you just need more help. It may just be that you think that all you need is money and that's it, and you're off to the races. But I can tell you that from true experience that sometimes a company requires 3 or 4 different teams from the time they start to the time they exit. Don't be surprised if the executive office shifts and changes over time. That's natural, normal, and that's what's supposed to happen. Keep in mind that from an investor perspective, that from my perspective, if the CEO of a startup isn't able to raise money from people they personally know, they shouldn't be the CEO at that moment. I'm sorry to say that. They shouldn't be the CEO. Somebody else should be the CEO who can raise money, because number one job of the CEO, raise money. If you can't raise money, you're out of business. So there are some amazingly talented people that are in my network. I'm literally paying for ads right now to bring more people in through LinkedIn. I'm spending a lot of money to essentially create a network for all of you so you can be successful. And I'd like to attach a fund to this eventually so that it makes sense and we can really do some amazing things in the world all together. And that's essentially where my head's at. I took a 2-week break during Thanksgiving, and I tried to rethink what it is we're doing, why we're meeting every week, and this is what I've come up with so far. That said, I'm open to suggestions of how to modify, change, maneuver, shift. I'm not an expert at building a community. I've never done this before. This is brand new to me. I'm learning on the job as we go. But I do think that there's value if you'll continue to keep coming back. Somebody had asked earlier in the chat, can we invite friends? Please invite friends to come. You know, we need more people. We need more talent to connect everybody that's the right people together. Not sure how to manage 250 to 300 people in the room at one time. That was a challenge tonight that we've never had before. It was really intriguing just to experience that. But anyways, those are my thoughts. I'd like us to be more accelerator minded. Please come back. We only have one more event for the whole year. It's a week from today. You know, try and see if you can put funny, silly screen background images that are festive and holiday oriented. At least some of you who are game, so we can try and make it a little bit festive. Maybe wear a hat or do something a little bit. I don't want to encourage anybody to drink because I don't want any liability, but those of you who are going to on your own and make that decision on your own, it'll be fun to watch you, I have a feeling. So come and, you know, be a little different, be a little more next week. I would like the atmosphere to be a little bit more holiday in spirit, a little bit less serious, and then we can get back to serious work in January. And next year, hopefully, we're going to launch a lot of your companies and find a lot of funding for all of you. Thank you so much for hanging in there to the very end. You are all my heroes for continuing to come back. You guys all rock. I love all of this. This is so wonderful experience for me. Thank you. Have a good week. And I look forward to seeing you guys all a week from today. You can sign up the website. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great
Bye-bye.
day,
Pleasure meeting everybody. Have a good week.
Thank you.
If you need a copy of the chat, grab it quick before I close
Thank you, Mark.
the event.
Thank you, Mark. Great job.
Thank you, everybody. You all
Thanks,
rock.
everybody. Pleasure to meet you all.
Something.
Amazing job.
I think the chat cannot be saved, by the way. It disappeared. The dot disappeared in the chat.
I see the dot. Oh, did we lose the chat already? I apologize if that.
No, it's still there.
No, it's still there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
You have to just go for the 3 dots. And anyways, thank you all for hanging in there and being part of this experience. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
Thanks, everybody. Thanks. Bye-bye.